Hilary, thank you so much for making time for us. This was such an incredible experience. I really felt like I was in space itself. You take something up to space with you. And it made me think that with all your traveling, you must probably have to take something with you from home too. If you went into space, what would you take with you?
First of all, thank you. I can't imagine being without my dogs. So let's just pretend that dogs could go and they could come with me because it would be that in itself would be, ugh, so difficult.
Whipping around within the spacecraft. How did they do that?
Oh, we were hanging by the very lowest part of our hips, and someone outside of the set was pulling us and having to be our dance partner, as I call them. And we would be having to look really graceful and squeeze our abs when we're going back and squeeze our glutes when we're going forward because the connectors on our hips kind of acted like a pendulum, and it took a lot of effort to make it look effortless.
The journey of your daughter. She has some rebellious moments. You seem like such a good person. Were you ever rebellious as a kid? Did you ever give your mom a hard time?
Of course. I mean, what kid doesn't give their mom a hard time? It's just part of growing up, I think, trying to find not because you're trying to be difficult. It's just the idea of like finding boundaries too. Like, where do you start and they end? It's like it's kind of like kids who are in their terrible twos, as they call it. They're trying to see, their separation too. It's just like a different, later form of that. And I think, as you're having your hormones and you're like becoming a young, at the next level of who you are, you're always trying to explore and push boundaries.
The spacesuit. Were you comfortable in that? Was it comfy?
My suit was horribly uncomfortable. It weighed I think it was like 15 kilo. And then the backpack that we had to wear on top of it, which had the oxygen that would pump air into the helmet and also keep it clear so it wouldn't fog up, was like an extra 5 kilo. Really was taxing at the end of a long day. It like weighed down on your shoulders because clearly we weren't in zero gravity and we were pretending. It wasn't quite as glamorous as you'd think being in a spacesuit would be.
Did you get claustrophobic?
I did. I got very claustrophobic, which I didn't even know that I had claustrophobia as bad as I did. And learn something new every day.
What did you learn about yourself being a leader? And as a star, you must probably a leader too on set.
Um, yeah, what I find about being a leader, something that I think is important, is not viewing vulnerability as a weakness. Instead, seeing it as a strength, because not everyone knows the answers and we're only human. And I think, being able to rely on other people that you have surrounding you to get guidance and being able to lead with empathy and understanding are super important qualities. And I think that's something that playing Emma Green was a great reminder of.